Noon. Not a cloud. The kind of heat that bends the air. Every animal for miles has stopped moving. The lions are flat under the acacia. The antelopes stand frozen in whatever shade they can find. The entire savanna has surrendered to the sun. Everything is hiding, everything except one. A hairless, clawless, fangless ape, walking straight through the deadliest hour of the day like it's nothing. By every rule of nature, this creature should be dead. It has no fur to shield it, no burrow to escape to, no size to store cool. And yet heat, the thing that flattened the lion, now to me is exactly what this animal was built to beat. So how did the weakest looking body on the savanna become the best heat machine that has ever lived? This is the story of how ancient humans conquered the one thing that kills faster than hunger, faster than cold, faster than almost anything. First, understand what heat actually does to a body. Heat, because it is far more violent than it looks. You are a machine that only runs at one temperature, around 37 degrees. A narrow band you are not allowed to leave. Let your core climb just 6 degrees, and the proteins that run your cells begin to unfold. Your brain swells, your organs quit one after another. A cold day gives you hours to solve it. Extreme heat can take you in less than one. And unlike cold, you cannot outrun it, outfight it, or wait it out. The sun does not get tired. It does not get. For a soft, slow, hairless ape on an open plain, this should have been a death sentence. Instead, evolution did something almost unfair. It turned the human body itself into an air conditioner. Look at your own skin. It is covered in something almost no other animal has in this number. Sweat glands, millions of them. A dog has a few, mostly in its paws. It cools by panting, and panting is slow. You are covered head to toe in tiny cooling vents. When it gets hot, they open. Water rises to the surface, evaporates, and pulls the heat straight out of your blood. It is the same trick that cools a clay pot of water in the desert. Evaporation. Except you are the pot, and you can turn it on at will. On a brutal day, a human can pour out more than a liter of sweat every single hour. We are, quite literally, the sweatiest animal alive. But sweat only works if the heat can escape. And that is where the second trick comes in. We lost our fur. Almost every mammal on that plain is wrapped in an insulating coat that traps heat against the skin. We threw the coat away. Bare skin means the sweat sits directly on the surface, in open air, evaporating at full speed. A furry animal sweating is like trying to dry laundry inside a sealed bag. A naked human is that laundry hung in the wind. And then there is the shape of us. We stand up. On 4 legs the whole length of your back roasts under the midday sun. Stand up, and only your head and shoulders take the direct hit. The rest of you falls into your own shade. Standing tall also lifts you off the baking ground and up into the moving air, where even a faint breeze steals more heat away. Millions of sweat glands, bare skin, an upright frame. Alone, each one is small. Together, they are a cooling system. No lion, no antelope, no predator on Earth could match. But a cooling body is only half the answer. The other half was knowledge. Rules for the heat, learned over thousands of years and passed down like inheritance. The first rule was the simplest, and it is one your body still begs you to follow. Do not fight the sun at its peak. Hide from it. Ancient humans split the day in 2. Move in the cool of dawn and dusk. Rest through the killing hours in the middle. That midday rest was not laziness. It was survival math. The original siesta was invented by people for whom moving at noon could mean death. The second rule, know where the water is, all of it, before you need it. In a dry land, thirst kills alongside heat, because sweat only cools you as long as there is water to lose. Run dry, and your own air conditioner shuts off. So people carried water in ostrich eggshells and animal skins and mapped every spring, every damp hollow, every hidden soak across their whole territory in their heads. The third rule feels backwards. In the hottest places on Earth, people did not strip down. They covered up. Loose robes trap a layer of shaded air against the skin, block the sun's direct burn, and let sweat evaporate underneath without the sun ever touching you. It is the same reason a desert nomad in black robes stays cooler than a tourist in a tank top. They were running thermodynamics you were never taught, and when the land itself offered no shade, they made their own. Digging into cool earth, pressing wet mud onto their skin, resting in caves where the temperature never moved. A hidden body, a mapped land, a covered skin. Clever, but still defensive. Still just enduring the heat. What made humans extraordinary is that we did not just survive the heat. At some point we picked it up and turned it into a weapon. Picture the hunt that no other predator on Earth could even attempt. A lion hunts in seconds, a burst of speed, a kill, and then it must stop. Because if it ran any longer in this heat, it would cook itself from the inside. Almost every fast animal shares that flaw. Speed makes heat. Fur traps it. They cannot sweat it away, so they can only run in short, explosive bursts before their own body forces them to quit. The human hunter had no speed to offer. What it had was the one thing they didn't: a body that could run and cool at the same time. So the plan was not to catch the antelope, it was to never let it rest. The chase begins. The antelope explodes away far faster and vanishes over the rise. The human simply keeps jogging toward where it went. It finds the animal again, resting, cooling, and it starts it running again. And again, and again. Each sprint dumps more heat into the antelope's body. Heat it cannot shed. It has no sweat. Its only cooling is to stop and pant, and the human will not let it stop. Minutes become an hour becomes 2. The sun does the killing, the human just keeps the pressure on. Until the antelope's legs finally fail. Its core temperature has climbed past the line no body can cross. It staggers and it goes down, not from a wound, but from heat itself.
This is persistence hunting, and humans may be the only animal on the planet that can do it. We didn't beat the antelope with strength, or speed, or claws. We beat it with the one weapon it could never carry: the ability to stay cool while everything around us burned. The exact same body that looked so fragile at noon was, in truth, the deadliest endurance predator the world had ever seen. And here is where the story stops being about a single hunt and starts being about everything we became. That cooling system did something no other adaptation could. It let us run our most expensive, most dangerous organ, the brain, without cooking it. The brain burns a fifth of your energy and runs dangerously hot. A body that could shed heat was a body that could afford to grow a bigger, hungrier mind. The same trick let us walk out of Africa and into every climate on Earth: deserts, coasts, mountains, plains, carrying our own weather control with us wherever we went. A polar bear cannot move to the desert. A camel cannot move to the ice. But a naked, sweating, upright ape could go almost anywhere, and did. The heat didn't just fail to kill us, it shaped us. Our skin, our sweat, our stride, our brains, our entire spread across the world. And it left something behind in you that never left. An inheritance you use without noticing. The craving for shade the moment you step outside. The pull toward water. The taste for salt. The very thing your sweat pours out and your body fights to replace. You were not taught to seek shade and water on a hot day. You were born already knowing. Running a survival program older than farming, older than language, older than your species. Now pull all the way back to today. We took the animal that beat the sun, and we built a world where it never has to face the sun at all. We invented a box that makes cold air, and we hid inside it. For the first time in the whole story of our species, most of us have simply switched the ancient system off. And that is a stranger trade than it sounds, because the skills that carried people through the killing hours, read the sky, chase the shade, ration the water, respect the peak, most of us have quietly forgotten them. So when the power fails, or the heat climbs past what the boxes can handle, we meet the old enemy again with none of the old defenses. The body still works, the million sweat glands still open. But the knowledge that once wrapped around that body, when to move, where to hide, how to last, has thinned to almost nothing. Every summer now, heat quietly kills more people than floods, or storms, or almost any other disaster. Not because we are weaker, because we forgot we were ever strong. The ancient human walking calmly across that noon plain wasn't lucky, it was equipped. With a body tuned for the sun and a mind full of hard-won rules for surviving it. You are carrying the same body right now, the same cooling machine, the same inheritance, idling under your skin. The only question the heat has ever really asked is whether we still remember how to use it. Because the sun is not finished with us. It never was.